I feel like every day that there's some sort of challenge that you face as a counselor in implementing Camps on Tracks, but that's kind of your job as a counselor, is to always find out new ways and be innovative to try and figure out how you're going to make Camps on Tracks work, because you know that it is a strategy that's going to work for all of your campers.
There's a magic that kind of is created in camps, right? The energy, the enthusiasm of the staff and the effort that's put into creating this atmosphere and these games and the themes and everything like that, that the kids are drawn back to every year, and you get to know the kids and the kids get to know you.
He knows that that's just the environment that he's in, where we're all in it together and everybody belongs and everybody helps everybody. So I think that's important, because in life it'd be nice if, as he grows up, he's in a community where the people that he's with can help him, so that it doesn't always have to be an adult. If a peer can do it, it's almost even better. It's more natural. Although it's wonderful to have the adult supervision, I think that realistically peer support makes kids even feel more included, because they don't have to get somebody special come parachuting in to help them. It has happened sort of naturally in the situation, and then everybody moves on. And I think it's good for the other kids to learn to help each other.
The whole idea of a simulated activity, it really doesn't matter what activity you do. What you would usually do is do an activity for 1 minute, so any type of game, and you would do it the way that any camper would normally be able to play that game. After that minute, you would add in a challenging component. So it's to simulate what individuals with disabilities or social challenges go through on a daily basis, to really just simulate those challenges. You want to foster a sense of empathy instead of sympathy. So you don't want them to feel sorry, you want them to feel good about it and know that these people have these challenges, but you really want to talk about how they are overcoming these challenges. The beaded bracelet game, what they do in that is they kind of sit around in a circle, they have a string and a bunch of beads, and you say, okay, so for 1 minute, everybody is going to bead the beads onto the string, and you're going to just keep a tally in your head how many beads you get on to the bracelet. So after that minute, then you're going to say, okay, great job, keep it to yourself, it's not a competition, we're just playing this game. And then after the minute, you're going to say, okay, so now what I want you to do is put your hand behind your back. So you're going to do the exact same thing, but you're only going to have one hand to string the beads onto the bracelet. So then they do that for 1 minute, and obviously it's going to be an added challenge. The no words game, you put them into pairs, and it's kind of like charades. So you have a strip of paper, and one camper would see the paper and the other camper would not, and they would try and get the other camper to guess what the paper said without using their actual verbal words. So they would try things like hand gestures, symbols, maybe writing it down, bringing the individual, so lots of different, they can come up with a lot of different strategies. So really you want to have that conversation about what did they like about the game, what were some of the challenges, and how did they overcome that. The bumper bubbles game, what that is they play the game, they have a hula hoop around them to kind of just simulate what it's like to have personal space, and how everybody has different different issues with personal space. And some people are okay with others close to them, and other people need a little bit more personal space. So it's kind of just to bring that awareness to personal space, and having that debrief afterwards, just to remind campers that not everybody likes that, or it can actually really hurt somebody to have somebody that close to them. So just bringing that awareness to that aspect. You can play the game, but if you don't have that debrief after, then it really doesn't make sense to play the game, because the debrief is about simulating what it's like to have a challenge. And you need to talk about that afterwards, because you don't want the campers feeling sorry for the individual with the challenge. You really just want to simulate what it's like and to show them what it's like to have that challenge and how they can overcome that.
The friendships that you make as a kid, if they are real and they are the meaningful friendships, they will last, right? And at this point, like now, I still have friends from elementary school, not necessarily friends from camp, but they're just some of my best friends. And if we are starting that now, we're starting that with kids at camp, and it's already such a magical and fun experience just being camp, and then you have these, lifelong friends that you make from it as well. It's so amazing to be a part of that.